Hey everybody. Here I am laying in bed. Kind of a funny place to be doing a YouTube video, but in this video I want to do some updates. Talk about some updates I've done to the TiViBox number 3, or the TiViBox Cube. If you watched my previous video, I did some discussion on new ideas for the TiViBox computers because, of course, in this area, ever since Spectrum took over Time Warner Cable, they pretty much ruined them, jacked up rates, took away options, you know. They ruined them. So my plans of getting cable TV are just out the window because I'm not going to spend $150 on TV and internet because that's what it will eventually cost after all the promotional offers wrap up. My parents are spending over $150 for TV and internet. Now, is that ridiculous or what? But anyways, so as I had mentioned in the previous video, I like to watch YouTube quite a lot. And one thing I've always wanted to do is watch it from bed. And in the previous video, you may have recalled how I got a chance to look through YouTube's web-based application or YouTube TV interface. Now, not to be confused with the YouTube TV subscription service, they're two different things. You have YouTube TV, which is a subscription service, and you have the YouTube TV interface, or YouTube on TV, as I think they call it. So the URL for that is youtube.com/TV. And essentially what you can do on your home theater PC is, in Google Chrome, you can launch it in kiosk mode, and it's pretty simple to do. Just on your desktop, you can create a shortcut that, for example, chrome.exe space youtube.com/TV. I think I did this a little bit more. I think I explained this a little bit better in my previous video, but you can create a shortcut that launches Chrome in kiosk mode where it's full screen. And this YouTube interface looks just like, I'd say, on, let's say, a smart TV, for example. It treats the computer or whatever homebrew setup you have as a YouTube TV device. Now, you're seeing Windows Media Center right now. And let me go ahead and just explain what I've done here. So I replaced the failed Seagate hard drive in this machine. Yeah, the previous hard drive failed, and before that I was just using this computer to play back recorded TV and stuff like that. But thanks to Time Warner Cable's one copy flagging on all the stuff I recorded, those TV recordings, the ones that were still in the Mid-Tower Deluxe, for example, they all died with the failure of this hard drive. So that was out the window, and I said, okay, let's go ahead and do something different. What I commonly do with this thing is I will use it to play back video and play back music, playback stuff to listen to while I go to sleep or whatever. But I also wanted to watch YouTube from bed in some occasions. I have found it to be something nice to do to get myself to sleep. So again, you're seeing Windows Media Center here, and it's actually running on Windows 10. Yeah, I have Windows 10 and Windows Media Center running on here. Normally, Windows 10 and Windows Media Center can't go in the same sentence, but this is unofficial Windows Media Center Windows 10. Now, don't get your hopes up if you have a cable card device, because I tried this before and it just did not work. Of course, this is, Windows 10 does not officially support Media Center, so just keep that in mind. For example, with the remote control, all the buttons on the remote control work just fine within Media Center, but outside of Media Center, the green button does not call Media Center up. It just does not. It's totally non-functional outside of Media Center Windows 10. Not sure why, but I did have to get creative, and I managed to get some workarounds on this. On the bottom of the remote control, there are 4 buttons. At least on this remote control. This is a Roosevelt control. Picked up on Newegg a few years back. There's these 4 buttons I think had to do with the DVD functionality of Media Center. Now, the unofficial Media Center Windows 10, when you install it, it does install DVD functionality. I haven't actually tried it yet, but supposedly it's there. This machine does have a DVD drive. I may have to try that out sometime. But anyways, these are 4 buttons I never use. I find them unnecessary. So online, I was able to find a utility from Kodi of all vendors. They wrote a little piece of software that allows you to go in and change the mapping of these buttons to do different things. So the red button I mapped to do Alt F4, which is the equivalent of closing the window. The green button is Control Delete, which brings up, if it's, let's say if something gets unresponsive, I can do Control Delete to get, to options like log off and things like that. The yellow button brings up the start menu. Now, right now I'm running classic shell on this, but I may consider trying Windows 10 tablet mode to see if the remote control will work with that. That'd be something for later. And last but not least, the rightmost button brings up task view. Now, here's something about Media Center I really can't stand. When Media Center is in full screen mode like this, WinTab does absolutely not a dang thing. Neither does the Windows key, at least from the button anyway. From a keyboard, it seems to work. Now, I'm not sure why, but this is actually the equivalent of pressing the Windows key. So there are 2 ways I can get out of Media Center. I can go to Task and over to Shutdown and press Close. Or, let's go back. I can also press this red button, and that gets rid of it too. So now we have the Windows 10 desktop. Yeah, I did close out the YouTube interface. I can start it back up though. All I gotta do is press the yellow button that brings up the start menu. And this is very small to see, but I have up top a shortcut for the YouTube interface. And let's go and have a look at that. Again, this is just Google Chrome launching in kiosk mode. And I can't say for certain, but I wonder if some smart TVs just simply open up a browser in full screen and navigate to this URL, because this is literally, it behaves like it's a TV. And I have actually gone through and set this up a little bit further than the previous video. The previous video was just me experimenting with it, but now that I have this on this machine, I have done some setting up. So what's cool about this YouTube TV interface, or YouTube on TV, is the stuff that you like to watch. It tends to put that on the home screen under recommended. There's recommended entertainment, music, latest. I think that's gaming. Yep. Again, this is pretty good ways back to read, but one thing I've done is I have adjusted the contrast, and I think we'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, the recommended, it pulls up some of the channels that you watch. Like for example, here's LGR and The Proper People, The 8-Bit Guy. Here's some recently uploaded stuff. There's Diesel Ducey, one of the elevator photographers, the big elevator photographer. And of course, I'm subscribed to my other channel, CubeComp MTDX. And I just posted some stuff there this evening. This is just random stuff. But what's neat about this is, if you're watching this for the first time, this has a very decent search function, and this, I will say, this application does seem to work pretty well with the Media Center remote control. However, there are a few drawbacks. Like your play, pause buttons don't really seem to do anything. Because the YouTube on TV app is like essentially it's looking for keyboard inputs, like your scroll keys and escape, for example. Matter of fact, you can see right up there it says you press the S key for search. If the camera focus, that would be great. You may see the S key, you press the S key for search, but you'll see other things like backspace for go back and escape for like clear and stuff like that. So there are a few things that work differently than, let's say, navigating Windows Media Center, but it's not too big of a deal. Oh yeah, Snaky wants to say hi. So let's keep going. So there's search, which is very easy to use. It's from remote control because it offers your letters, numbers, all that good stuff. And here are popular search options here. I'm going to search for myself. I'm actually going to search for CubeComp MTDX. And it starts bringing up recommendations. And there's Cube Computer Channel in the search results. For some reason, it always likes to autofill with Cube Comps. Matter of fact, this was a big problem when I had changed the name of my channel Bike Geek MTDX to Cube Comp MTDX. YouTube would almost always search for Cube Comps instead of Cube Comp MTDX, and you have to click the little link to actually search for Cube Comp MTDX. I apologize. It is a little bit after midnight while I'm shooting this. I'm actually doing a reshoot because the last video had a couple of errors in. Man, I'm going to have to type the whole thing in. Man, it's like it's no wonder Cube Comp MTDX doesn't get many views. Alright, there's the channel Cube Comp MTDX. And this is the equivalent of the regular YouTube on TV interface. It's or at least you may know, when YouTube switched to this one channel layout, you had like at least three different channel layouts. You had your desktop, which is your web browser on a computer. You had your mobile and your TV layouts, and this here is a TV layout. So, for example, here's uploads. Turn this up a little bit so you can hear it a little better. Yeah, that's a little loud. But we'll watch a video, why not? Yeah, check this out. So this is a video on the interface. Very close random lightning strike. And just to demonstrate the playback functionality, you press down on the remote control and you'll get options to where you can, well, I gotta do it again. You press OK to pause. OK again to play. If you press up, you can seek. So that's essentially how seeking and playback works on this. And you have also, you can skip to the next video on the list. So here's another CubeComp MTDX video. be replacing the bar wrap and the cables. Doing this video on the side because it's really hot outside, and I'm not sure how long we'll be working on this. Yeah, speaking of hot outside, it's like October 5th today, and we had a high 90 degrees. It's like summer just don't want to go away. But that's kind of this an overview of playing back videos on this. Now the back button on your remote control does actually work, but it's actually pressing the back button in your browser. So I'm going to hit clear, and that takes you back to where you were previously at. Now it's going to take a look at some other things in this. As I may have mentioned, I've already gone through and set this up. In other words, I've signed in my account. Yeah, I have it signed in the Q Computer channel. So we're going back to home. Here's my subscriptions. So you can actually go in and choose one of your subscriptions and go watch their videos. Also, have this library for history, my videos, watch later, purchases, playlists. If we go down one more time, you can see accounts, and as I mentioned, I have it signed in the Q Computer channel. And you can say if I wanted to remove it from TV, I could do so, but I don't want to. There's a guest mode, so if you have guests over, and also if you have another person who watches this device, you can add an account. And this is pretty cool how this works. So I'm going to press add account to show you. So what it does is it gives you this code to sign to YouTube. It says on your phone or computer, go to youtube.com/activate. And number 2, sign in with your Google account, then enter this code. And on the computer, you just enter the code, and it links your account with this TV, as it calls it. It treats it as a TV. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of that. And let's go into settings. So you can turn the sounds on or off. And here's an interesting one. Autoplay. I have it set to off, but if I am actually in a channel, like let's say if I lay down to go to sleep, and I, instead of selecting a video from the home page, if I go to a channel and select a video from the channel, even though here in settings I have autoplay disabled, it will still autoplay the next video once the video ends. It'll keep right on going, and that's kind of annoying because I found out about this last week. Or a week before, actually. I started off a video, and once I fell asleep, I ended up waking up at like 3 in the morning, and this thing was still playing videos. And I was like, no, stop! So what's neat about this is, with autoplay turned off, normally, as mentioned, if I select a video from the home screen, it will play that video, and once it's done, it will not play the next one. It will just sit there, and after a few or so minutes, the monitor will shut off, which is very convenient for using this as a sleep assistance device. Help me go to sleep. But again, it's annoying when the thing wants to keep playing videos if I select the video from a channel. So there's the back, and I think it's showing backspace for back, and S for search. But anyways, increase contrast. Here's how things look when it's turned off. Things are a little bit harder to see, and increasing the contrast really does help. And there's restricted mode for those who care. And here's a neat one. link with Wi-Fi, where you can link a TV or a phone. And the directions say, on your phone, connect to the same Wi-Fi network as this TV. Now, I assume it would be okay with a hardware connection as well, because, of course, this machine is actually hardwired to the network. It's not hooked up via Wi-Fi. I think what they generally mean there is the same network as your device. So, on your phone, connect to the same network as this TV. Number 2, open the YouTube app on your phone. Number 3, tap the cast icon to select this TV. And that's pretty neat. I may demonstrate that in a later video. Not tonight, though. But what would be cool is if I could cast from a computer. And let's say if I find a video that I want to watch in here. Let's say if I'm sitting down at the computer and I see a video I want to watch in here. It'd be cool if I could cast it. Now, especially be cool by the time I get this set up in the living room. But I don't think that functionality is available. That's kind of unfortunate. And right here is where it shows your linked devices and such. Now there's another option above that says link with TV code. However, it's going to display a code that could potentially allow anybody to link their device to this. So I'm not going to display it. But yeah, essentially it's similar to the Wi-Fi option, but instead of using the phone on the same network, you enter a code instead. So here's language and location, clear watch history, clear search history, reset the app, improve YouTube, and I had this still turned on. And here is the about section. App version. In right here, it's just a dead giveaway that it's on a Windows 10 computer running Chrome. But yeah, this is pretty neat. I'd say this is pretty freaking cool. And to be honest, I am really getting tired. It's late, but I wanted to go and get this video done. So that is an update on the TiViBox number 3. And I mentioned earlier about the mapping of the buttons on this remote control. I may have to cover that in a later video when I set up one of the other machines, in case you're wondering how that's done. So I'll definitely have to cover that. So, YouTube from bed? Sure, yeah, it's definitely possible with this setup. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have any questions or comments? Feel free to ask, and thanks for watching. Well guys, that's it for this one. But it doesn't have to be. There's plenty more videos on the channel to check out. Also, if you liked the video, please click the like button. And if you absolutely hated it, there is the alternative button as well. But yeah, please subscribe to the channel. I definitely appreciate it. And remember to click the bell so that we get notified of all updates. Also, if you're interested in things aside from computers and technology, check out my second channel. It's CubeComp MTDX. Over there you'll find videos about weather, elevators, bicycling, and pretty much whatever else I figure out to upload. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for your support.